Welcome, Filthy Kitchen Cooking with Squadgeman. I was going to take a nap when I got home from work, but it is so warm and sunny, and I seem to have gotten my second wind, that I'm just going to try to stay up and go to bed early. But I am starving, so here we are, Filthy Kitchen Cooking with the Squadgeman. Going to make me some eggs. I've got my last 2 slices of bologna. I'm probably going to stay away from the bologna for a while, try to get this stomach situation cleared up. So I'm going to try to stay away from the bologna. Now, the reason I had the bologna in the first place was so that if I became very hungry, I'd have something close at hand that I could quickly make a meal out of, well, a sandwich, so that I didn't starve. But I haven't had any bread for a week or 10 days or something, so the bologna is just hanging around. I just realized I don't have a clean knife, so what to do? I guess I'm gonna have to wash me a knife. Actually, I'm gonna use this here paring knife. I'm just gonna slice up the bologna a little and then apply it to the eggs I'm cooking. Yep, got to do the dishes today. I have no dishes left. Oh my. That's it. Time to wash the dishes. It's the problem when you're a single man. You don't realize how many dishes you're actually using. You get the idea in your head that you're not using so many dishes, and then lo and behold, you don't have any clean ones. So I don't know where all my dishes are. They don't seem to be here, but I'm gonna wash one anyway. Gonna wash me a dish. Gonna wash me a dish. You can ask Gary Fish if he likes a clean dish. All right. That there is a excerpt from the famous song Gary Fish Washes Dish. I think it was popular back about 6 years ago. Often played on the radio. You don't hear it much these days, though. Can't remember who originally wrote it or sang it, but that's something for you to look up on the old Google or DuckDuckGo or the Brave browser or something like that. Now I'm going to dry the bottom of this here plate with this towel, but I'm going to dry the top of it with a paper towel because that towel probably got a bit of bacteria on it. Whoops, all this jibber jabber. The butter is ready and the eggs are not, so I got to get busy. Got to get busy, get these eggs going. Take the pan off the heat for the time being, and I'm going to crack them el ego. So here we go. Got my whoopsie bowl handy. 1, 2, Counting these eggs reminds me of the Count on Sesame Street. And that kind of begs the question of what the heck is a vampire doing hanging out with kids and teaching them how to count? That seems a little dangerous, don't you think? A vampire? At least Count Duckula was a vegetarian. Where'd you learn to count, Johnny? Some TV vampire showed me. I guess times were simpler back then. Get a vampire to teach your kids how to count. My cookie addiction probably came from Sesame Street too, come to think of it. Watching this sloppy monster rain down crumbs out of his mouth with his Chips Ahoy. But anyway, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Scarred childhood, cookie addiction. Probably why so many kids don't like math. They're worried they're gonna fall victim to a undead bloodsucker from Transylvania. Oh my. Anyway, stirring the eggs, whipping them, so to speak. And I will send them down into the pan. Get you on down there, eggs. Cackleberries. Ooh, almost dropped the bowl into the pan. That wouldn't have been nice. All right. Now, this grated cheese. I remember there was this guy lost in the woods. He had nothing but a banana. Anyway, search party went out, and lo and behold, I came across him. I found him peeling the banana. Oh my, bit of dad humor. Some kids out there enjoy the dad humor. Some don't. If you don't like my jokes, you can let me know down below. Comments. If you do like my jokes, feel free to use them. Now, the bologna. Best before August 24th. Well, we got lots of time, so that's good. Now, bologna. reminds me of Norm Macdonald's friend. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald, famous Canadian comedian, passed away sometime in the past 12 months. He said he had a friend who claimed to be a vegetarian, but he always found her to be full of baloney. Oh man, this is what happens when you work all night and you don't get any sleep. You start to feel a little silly and tell silly little jokes. But I'm hoping that some of you out there can use a little laugh, and I do mean a little laugh, because you're not going to get a big laugh from jokes of that caliber. That reminds me of a friend of mine who went looking for a job, and he went to a business and he said, "Look, I'm looking for a job," and the manager said, "Well, we don't really need much help these days." And he said, "Well, that's perfect, because that describes me to a T." Definition, clarification, language, all that. This is a lot of bologna to go in the eggs. Now, I don't really like having this much bologna in the eggs, to tell you the truth. And I probably should have saved a slice. I need the nutrients, and not that there's a lot of nutrients in bologna. I need the calories, put it that way. I need the calories. So I threw them in, but with this much bologna, it is quite overpowering. And I'm not really a lover of bologna, to tell you the truth, or of any processed meat for that matter, but it's nice to have on hand. Although a little salami is good, and some of these Polish sausages, those are very nice. I'm just going to turn off that heat. This pan was hotter than I thought. And the eggs are, though not burned, they're a little bit overcooked for my liking. Well, singed, I should say. A little bit brown. A little bit golden brown. If they're any darker than that, they would be burned. So I'm just going to let the heat of the pan continue this cooking operation. I wasn't really paying too much attention, so pan heated up a lot faster than I was prepared for, because I put the butter in and I wasn't ready with the other ingredients. But anyway, I'll let that cook under its own heat right now. Probably flip it again. So when flipping this, tilt the pan up and just lay it down. Otherwise you're going to break up your omelet. I mentioned Julia Childs. Her name is actually Julia Child. I think she died in 2004. And her cookbook was something like The Art of French Cooking or something. I erroneously said it was Good Housekeeping. They probably sold it in Good Housekeeping magazine, but that's it. Your memory sometimes deceives you. And yeah, so I apologize for any of you people who went out and embarrassed yourselves quoting my video and were corrected by someone who knew better than me. But one good thing about this is keep me honest, and you know, if I made a mistake, I made a mistake. Everything I say is not going to be above reproach. Well, there you have it. I'm going to let those cool down a bit, and then I'm going to enjoy them. So I plan to put up another video later, but I figured it was a good time to spend a little time with you guys. So, who loves your baby? This guy. Till next time, try to be positive, try to be hopeful, don't be too hopeful, and I look forward to presenting you another video later. So, any comments, any things you'd like to say down below. Till next time, love you, goodbye.